Okay, let's start the CSS quiz. Which of the following is a correct CSS declaration? And let's see. Color written inside double quotes, it's false. Font blue, false. Color equals blue, false. And color colon. Then we have the value, in this case blue, and at the end we have a semicolon. So this is the right answer. Okay. The font weight property will adjust which of the following: how transparent text appears, the spacing between the letters, how thin or thick text appears, and how small or large text appears. So the right answer is, of course, how thin or thick text appears. You remember we have regular, bold, semi-bold values. What does the font family property control? The typeface used by the element allows you to group all the fonts you use in your style sheet into a family. It defines and creates a new font. And this should be the right answer, the typeface used by the element. Okay, assuming the declaration inside are valid, what else is needed to complete a CSS rule set? Parentheses, around the rule set, a valid selector and a set of curly braces surrounding the declaration, an element ID. And this should be the right answer, a valid selector and a set of curly braces surrounding the declarations. Okay, how would you make an h1 element invisible on the page? And we have h1 with the opacity set to 1, h1 with the transparent property set to true. This CSS property doesn't exist. h1 with opacity set to 0, and h1 with the opacity set to transparent. And we should use the opacity property, and the right value should be 0 if we want an element to be invisible. Okay, which of the following will set an element's background to an image? Let's see. Background image property, this is false, the value is false. Background image URL equal, this is false. Background image URL, and then we have the parentheses, and then we have the path to the image, and this is also false, so this should be the right answer. Okay, how will the following CSS rule affect the text in h1 element? And we have the color properties set to blue. Turn the background color blue, false. Nothing, because colors need to be applied to class selectors, this is also false. Nothing, because color is not valid CSS, this is also false. And of course, this property will change the text color to blue. Okay, it is correct, of course. And we got the maximum result, so 100%. And that should be all for this quiz on CSS section. Let's proceed. And we got the pop-up message saying great job finishing that quiz, keep going. And now we will start doing the first project in the CSS section, and let's start.